Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first game review. Today's game is Ultra Street Fighter 4. Ultra is the latest addition to a string of updates for the game Street Fighter 4, following Super Street Fighter 4 and Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. The game features new balance updates, new mechanics, new stages, edition selections, and some new characters. Sadly, none of the new characters are Alex, Oro, Yuri, or Q, but alas. Street Fighter is known as one of the most popular fighting game franchises in the world. It had its heydays with Street Fighter 2, which set new standards for the game industry, both in quality and in quantity. The game, including all of its versions, sold an astounding 14.3 million copies and more than 200,000 arcade cabinets. Hardcore fans of the series believed it reached its gameplay-wise pinnacle with Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which many regard to be the best fighting game ever made, and for good reason. You should actually go play it right now. Ah well. Street Fighter 4 takes inspiration from what people conceive to be a failed experiment. That failed experiment being Street Fighter EX, which also featured 3D character models on a 2D plane, just to give us that sweet and succulent 2.5D, which always scores artistic points in my book. But where EX failed, 4 redeems. The game looks very good if you like cel shading with an ink brush style to it. The controls are tight and responsive, the animation's fluid, and there's a great variety in gameplay spread out across the roster of 44 characters. The multiplayer is absolutely solid, with a lot of varying ways to challenge friends or strangers. And of course, this is where the core gameplay lies. Offline multiplayer is just a big juicy basket of fun waiting to be opened. Online multiplayer has had some issues on the PC version, but this is due to be patched out at a later time. The Xbox online multiplayer is solid, and I haven't experienced any problems. I can't really speak for the PlayStation version since I haven't personally tried it. Due to the competitive nature of fighting games, a lot of filthy casuals might be dissuaded to try out some of the more complex games like Street Fighter and seem to be content button mashing in 3D fighters like Tekken. But hey, different strokes for different folks. I'm not here to judge. The game doesn't really feature an in-depth method of storytelling like, say, Injustice or Mortal Kombat 9, but that's because it's not what the game was intended for. It was intended for the hardcore Street Fighter crowd craving that new balance update and the new characters. If I have to view it as a standalone game, I would probably tell you the same that I would of Street Fighter 4. It's pretty damn good, mate. Even though the learning curve is pretty steep, the satisfaction of learning the combos, mind games, matchups, and so on and so forth is, in my humble opinion, easily worth it. The music is varying and tries to hit a widest demographic as possible, with many different tunes. Personally, I prefer the smooth jazzy tunes and hip-hop beats of Third Strike, but nonetheless, it holds up pretty well. Besides, if you don't like it, you could just turn it off. To me, this game is maybe the best modern fighting game out there, and as an avid fighting game fan, I recommend it very strongly. But if you're new to the genre, fear not. There are in-game features which can help you learn combos for the characters. There's also an excellent training mode if you want to analyze the raw data, and of course, there's a move list for every character. So just put some work in at the lab and watch your skills flourish. If you're looking for a score for the game, I don't really know what to do about it, because if you're a newcomer to the genre or even the Street Fighter series, I don't really know what you're looking for in a game, so it's gonna be hard for me to rate it for you. But if you like Street Fighter or just fighting games in general, you can consider this game and a solid 8 out of 10.